Thanks for staying tuned. Governor Ibikunle Amosun of Ogun State has promised to continue to support security agencies in the state for the benefit of the people. The governor received the Comptroller of Nigeria Immigration Service in the state and the GOC of the 81 Division of the Nigerian Army separately in his office, said the security of lives and property remains the priority of his government. He also commended the efforts of all the security agencies in the state for stemming the tide of crime.
Let me reassure you that this is our measure. We do it within our means now to make sure that we continue with the funding. And I want to assure you that we will make sure that all the necessary logistics that we support you with will now be promptly be made available to you.
And from there, it's on to the sports news of the day. Here's Ayotunde Balogun.
Many thanks, Laddie. Manchester City have been fined £50,000 for their players' behaviour in the stormy FA Cup defeat against third-tier club side Wigan Athletic. Several of Pep Guardiola's stars surrounded referee Anthony Taylor following the controversial dismissal of City defender Fabian Delph in the first half of the Premier League leaders' shock 1-0 loss. Following Delph's dismissal, City manager Guardiola and Wigan boss Paul Cook argued on the touchline. The D Tigers of Nigeria have maintained their 32nd position in the latest FIBA World Ranking for the month of February. The 2017 FIBA Afrobasket runners-up amassed 228.8 points to retain their status as the #1 team in Africa. The team currently lead Group D with 6 points following 3 wins out of 3 games in the 2019 FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. Other countries in the African top 5 are Senegal, Angola, Egypt and Tunisia. Defending champion Haruna Quadri has qualified for the semi-final of this year's ITTF Africa Cup holding in Nairobi, Kenya. The Nigerian top seed outclassed Ghana's Derek Abrifa 11-2, 11-9, 11-1, 11-8 to win the game 4 sets to 0. He will face Egypt's Ahmed Saleh for a place in the final. Segun Torella crashed out after he lost 11-6, 4-11, 11-9, 6-11, 9-11, 10-11 to Nigerian-born Congolese Saheed Ido. Nigerian table tennis sensation Ofyong Edem has qualified for the semi-finals of the women's event at the 2018 ITTF Africa Cup. Edem defeated Safa Saidani of Tunisia 5-11, 11-7, 3-11, 11-5, 11-10, 11-8 to win the match by 4 sets to 2. She will face defending champion Dina Mesheref of Egypt for a place in the final. Lufunka Shonaike's title quest ended after she lost 11-3, 11-3, 11-7, 11-4 to Sarah Hanfu of Cameroon. And that's sports news. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. The news at 10 continues in a moment.
Beyond our shores, gunmen have launched an attack in the capital of Burkina Faso, Ouagadougou, with the French embassy and military headquarters amongst the apparent targets. Burkina Faso's government says 4 attackers have been killed at the embassy and at least 2 at the headquarters. Officials say a number of troops and police officers have either been killed or wounded in the attack. It is unclear who is behind the violence, but Burkina Faso's Information Minister Remis Djindjinou says the attack had strong overtones of terrorism. The British Prime Minister Theresa May has set out what she called hard facts about leaving the European Union as she outlined her hopes for a future economic partnership. She acknowledged access to other EU markets would be less than it is now, but added that the jurisdiction of the European Court of Justice in the UK must end. Mrs. May added that both sides need to compromise, even though she is confident that an agreement can be reached.
We are living through an important moment in our country's history. As we leave the European Union, we will forge a bold new positive role for ourselves in the world, and we will make Britain a country that works not for a privileged few, but for every one of us. First, the agreement we reach with the EU must respect the referendum. It was a vote to take control of our borders, laws and money, and a vote for wider change, so that no community in Britain would ever be left behind again. But it was not a vote for a distant relationship with our neighbours. We are now approaching a crucial moment. There is no escaping the complexity of the task ahead of us. We must not only negotiate our exit from an organisation that touches so many important parts of our national life, we must also build a new and lasting relationship while, given the uncertainty inherent in this negotiation, preparing for every scenario.
And in entertainment, pop star The Band says most record label owners know nothing about music. Maiwa Gundele has that and more.
Many thanks. Here are top stories in entertainment. After what has been reported as a successful headline show in December 2017, multifaceted entertainer Folarin Falana, popularly known as Falz the Bad Guy, has padded extracts from his Falz Experience concert with a short film for box office viewing. The singer, actor and comedian is joined by celebrity dancer and choreographer Kafi, as well as comedian and actress Chigirl at a media premiere of the MASH cinema experiment. 25 years after his first stint in the 1993's Fortunes TV series, Nollywood actor Ramsey Noah is returning to TV screens in a new series titled Ogene Kome, alongside Segun Arinze, Richard Oniga, and several others. Directed by Imo Imoren, the series, which tells a tale of love and tradition, sees Noah play both protagonist and villain. The band is calling for capacity building within the Nigerian music industry, which he believes will give better structure for the benefit of stakeholders. The self-styled Bengali shared his thoughts at the Social Media Week panel discussion tagged "Changing the Game, Artists as Leaders." He also emphasized that most record label owners in Nigeria did not have the requisite knowledge about music, alleging that many music sponsors only try to channel ill-gotten wealth into the thriving showbiz market. And that's it from me. Thanks for watching. The rest of the news at 10 continues shortly.
Thanks, Maiwan. The main news again. President Buhari today condemned the killing of 3 humanitarian workers at the internally displaced persons camp in Ran, Borno State. The president described the attack as despicable and godless. And that's tonight's news at 10. Thanks for being with us. My name is Ladia Keridulu Ale. Do have yourselves a wonderful weekend ahead. Good night.